I do not endorse anything said in this stream.
Uh-oh. There's one of us here.
Though I know I should be wary, still I venture someplace scary. Ghostly haunting, I turn loose. Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice!
Welcome everyone now and temporally in the future. I'm the host of this current program, The Memes of Destruction. As we can see, they're in a little doobly-doo. And my lovely co-host, the monster girl herself, Miss Piper, should hopefully be getting here soon because I totally just set out the link because I literally just finished it because I was editing another video because I am bad. That is a consistent thing. Seems to be one of the constants in life. And since this is one of those live shows where I actually try to interact with people, we see a Nomad in the chat. Welcome, Nomad, who may or may not be someone else that I know, but I'm not going to say because reasons. As well as Joe Franco. Welcome to Joe. Shout out to my patrons, Joe Franco and Dave M. This broadcast is helped made possible by viewers like you. What is the heck is in my background? Oh, there we go. It's another tab. It's another tab. It's another window. There we go. There we go. But what do we got for you all today? This is a very interesting thing because earlier this week we talked about how geckos harness the power quantum by something I believe it was the Wales, not the Welshmeres. That was a very good channel. That is some deep lore for some of us. But basically, it's kind of like the Casimir effect. And basically, you look at their little paws, and they got their little like lizard fingerprints. And then within those fingerprints are little bristles. And within those bristles are it kind of looks like little hands that kind of form triangles there that apparently are so small that essentially the Casimir effect kicks in. And that's why they can stick to walls. Is that how Spider-Man works? It's very interesting. It's probably the same principle. I'm going to assume that. But what else did we have? We covered our big, friendly Taurus of the Clifford variety as well on Tuesday, because I'm thinking that actually explains a lot. That's essentially what basically Thad used for the hyperbolic figure eight knots complement and its mapping and everything. Because basically it's an asymmetric torus, so it kind of goes around. It's the donut there, but then it keeps on swishing around. And you're like, what the heck is going on? You can also generate that from like two ideal tetrahedra. You can truncate them. Sometimes that makes doing the Dane surgeries easier. At least that's what I'm seeing. And hopefully we'll be able to actually see some actual visualizations of that soon. I'm attempting to have a week of science interviews next week. We're hoping it's going to be good. I have great aspirations. We'll see what happens. But what else did we have going on? Oh, we got some truckers up in Canada as well. We got our few trucker friends over here. So let's see what we got going on over here. No, Mr. Russell Brand, some other folks were out that they don't seem to be big fans of different mandates, if you would. Although I think they have like 87% inoculation rate currently, but something about the doctrine of bodily autonomy and potential forced medical procedures. I'm just saying that I believe it's your body, your choice. So let's see what we got going on. Oh, look, Truckers Canada. It actually comes up. Oh, this is very interesting. Okay, we'll go over here. And yes, I'm hiding my camera because I'm doing bad things because I'm a terrible Dargan. So, all right, we'll share our little thingy over here. All right, it's very interesting just even looking at the headlines because you can kind of it's fascinating. From Al Jazeera, the headline we have: anti-vaccine Canada truckers praised by Tesla's Musk. It's a very interesting statement to make. Because I believe the elite spokesperson, I believe it was Miss Tamara, she had said basically, the Freedom Convoy. It's basically what they said is the organizer was like, We're not anti-vaccine. We're anti-mandate. Something about the state telling you what to put in your body. A lot of people got enough issues with a state telling you what you cannot put in your body. Kind of goes back to it. Kind of reminds me of some of the free speech discussions. It's like, all right, we should have freedom to say this. Okay, well, you can't say this. Okay, well, maybe those are fighting words. Okay, maybe that's not the greatest thing to say and do in certain places. Oh, okay, that's one thing. Telling somebody what they have to say. You must make this statement. There was a gentleman, I think he was preaching something outside, and at one point, a Canadian court. There's a lot of interesting things going on in Canada. They're basically like, well, before you go out on the street and say things that we might disagree with, you must give this long-winded statement about, well, you're not allowed. None of the things I'm going to say here. Wait. You're putting words in somebody's mouth, dude. Samaj. All I'm saying is, I don't know. Now, I'm not saying I had any of this planned or anything. I just remember truckers. That's one of the reasons I raised money for Truckers Final Mile. Not necessarily because of that, but it's logistics, man. Our entire, I got a hair in my mouth. Oh God, this is embarrassing. It's a good thing I'm using an anthropomorphic avatar, but it's one of those things where it's like, wait. You're telling me if a trucker loses their life while engaged in duty, there ain't a basic thing to help bring them back and unite them with their loved ones? Screw that. It's like $200 or so. So it's like, all right, I shave my beard for some truckers, and I'm just saying, it's like, well, this is what keeps everything running. It is logistics. It's just in time inventory. When everything gets mucked up, I don't know, all of a sudden, wait a second, we're not consuming this. Now we have extra petroleum. What do? Oh, oil hits like negative $40 per barrel. Doku was telling me it's the first time ever I've not been able to access the petroleum market servers. It's like, what's going on? Well, apparently for a short period of time, it's you could fill your bathtubs with oil and people would pay you to hold on to it for them because there was no room. So what else we have? Fox News. Canadian freedom truckers. Massive vaccine mandate protest. Convoy may... Okay, I'm just looking at these two, just from Al Jazeera. Just from that. Anti-vaccine Canada truckers. Vaccine mandate. So we all know everybody completely clicks on every story and then goes through the whole thing. Doesn't just read the byline and everything. It's like... I don't know. My whole thing is... I apologize. I'm finishing up my cancer stick. I'm a terrible person. Hold on. I did a thing for this. We have a thing for this. Where is the thing? No. We got respect truckers. Smoking is bad. Respect truckers. There we go. And I already had it made because you just look at these headlines, and these are the things that I almost want to rebrand NewsQuest, seeing as I already paid for like that domain and stuff. It's just like, I can't compete with Google for infinite storage. I've already looked into that. There are ways to do it, but I almost think it's almost better to do like a proof of work thing, where it's like, all right, you got people reporting things. Let's just list exactly what was reported. And maybe we could kind of correlate the data and actually figure out, I don't know, the who, what, when, where, why. Are there going to be some kind of nutty bananas people? You tend to see that within most groups and communities. And if those are the only people we're ever listening to, of course, as Jon Stewart said, we're going to be looking at ourselves through a funhouse mirror, because obviously the people that disagree with us are evil. I am not a holy man nor religious leader, so you can take that as you would. I apologize for my blasphemy. Maybe News. Canada police fear violence at trucker vaccine protests. Oh, it doesn't seem to be at least what the organizer, at least according to the Russell Brand video I listened to earlier again. It only depends on if you want to listen to the official channels or you just want to listen to anybody, because it's not like anybody would go undercover as somebody that they disagree with and maybe start trouble. I'm just saying, I've heard people on many different sides of different things say, Oh, I went undercover. I blended in. It's like, okay. Were you observing? No, I was a rat. Oh, we were undercover. I mean, I don't know. I was born in the year of the rat. Rats are people too. We got you, Rizzo. My brother Muppet from another puppet. But all I'm saying is, you look at this. It's like, okay, this one is, well, the truckers. Oh, they don't like modern medicine. They must be anti-science. And Tesla's Elon Musk. Elon Musk does some strange things. He was talking on Joe Rogan and stuff. He's the richest man in the world, but I don't know. You got this one. It's like the Canadian Freedom Truckers. They are going for they're the anti-mask, and they may, what does it even say? They may smash world record. Oh, a world record, you say? They're setting new leaps and bounds. All right. Let's start. Truckers are flirting with extremists. They should call off their protests. Okay. They're flirting with extremists, so they're saying some things that other people that happen to agree with. Oh, it's not like you'd have radicals on either side that might cheer when things are happening that the people they don't like disagree with. I'm just saying. Insider. Truckers drive to Canadian capital to protest vaccine mandate. I thought Insider was kind of like a TMZ type thing. That seems like just a fairly straightforward description of what's going on, at least so I've heard. Oh, also in the news, Alaska Public Media. Alaska trucking companies say their employees are quitting. Oh, that's right. Okay, National Truckers Group. Okay, all right. There's a lot of different things here going on. So it's like, all right, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. But all right, hey, people are standing up. They're speaking their minds. Well, that's important. Everything. This propaganda stronger than the star. That's interesting. It's hey, no, that no. I am not. This is an untrue statement. I cannot confirm that. But oh, I see you. Yes, short line. We live in a society. There's a lot of stuff going on, and all I know, and again, we're good for that for right now. But all I'm saying is, I look at this and I'm like, oh, that's very interesting. I see this going on. Let me make sure I send Piper the thing on the other thing because this is the thing when you exist in too many dimensions and everything. Because you got your pipes, you've got your fizz giggity. Where's the fizz? And if you happen to be on one thing and you're not looking, you might not see the other thing because this is probably the thing you would be on if you're going to come on as that particular form, if you would. It's, oh God, we'd all be, you do not want me to be emperor of these United States. A lot of people, unfortunately, I always hear it's like, oh, we want the truth. It's the truth. You can't handle the truth. It's like, a lot of people just want to hear what they want to hear. That's the thing. If you go, exactly, no, man, exactly. This is a very laughable situation. You look at it, it's like, so are most of our lives just based on lies? As long as we keep telling ourselves the lies, there's going to end up being true. They're going to be true enough for enough folks to believe. Why? Because we need to meme into reality. We need to do our meme magic. As I told Professor Peterson when I met him a few years ago, I thought he was a pretty good wizard. What is a wizard? A wizard is a person whom changes the world around them via verbal and semantic components, i.e., their words and actions. He told me, whoa, that's quite the compliment. He put his arm around me for the obligatory photo and everything, and I never gave him my note. Because he had asked, he's like, well, I never understood. Why is it all right to have all this Soviet era art? But when I also have those Nazis and everything, that is inappropriate art. And it's like, well, at least from what I remember what Cabby acknowledged this. He thought it was true, and it's like, God rest his soul. It's like, well, under communism, millions of people died as a result of the plan. The National Socialism, millions of people died as part of the plan. It's these things happen. And speaking of things happening,
I'm happening.
hi Piper, welcome.
Hello.
Were you on your other account?
No, I just couldn't get my face to work.
Oh,
I had to troubleshoot my face.
that sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah.
Go on.
I just opened and closed the program a whole bunch until it worked.
How dare you be an engineering minded woman? Hi, Jen. But we were just talking about how geckos harness the power of something like the Casimir effect to stick to walls. They're harnessing the power quantum, as well as our big red dog in Taurus formation that seems to explain probably a lot of the actual universe. And then we just got to like the truckers driving across Canada because Canada is a magical land according to Samaj.
Okay. You got to tell me about the gecko part.
The gecko part. Oh,
Yeah.
wait a sec. Are you saying you don't spend every waking minute watching every single second of content I ever put out?
I noticed that you put that out today. But I didn't have time to watch it because my face broke. But I did notice that you put out a content about geckos.
This is accurate. This is accurate. Okay. Well, this is the thing. A lot of folks just. I don't want to go into modern thinking and stuff like that, but all I know is I know what I do, and if I think most folks are more similar than we are different, all those little ingenious things that I think I do, they're totally not ingenious. I think a lot of people do them. Kind of like popping into a live stream and saying hi and then immediately disappearing. I added a like. I'm contributing and everything. Now, does that modify their algorithm or your algorithm? This is the thing that my friend LDG brought up, because the more you like things, it's like Pandora. It's going to show you more of the things you like. So, like, if you just go around liking the folks that you just generally agree with, you're going to get more folks that you generally agree with, and it becomes the cycle and downward spiral to basically where we're at, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think YouTube knows what to suggest to me anymore because I'm all over the place. But it is starting to show me commercials for training to fly for American Airlines.
Do you think you have a future as a flight attendant?
That wouldn't be so bad.
Or a pilot?
Yeah,
Yes.
dude, you know what would be neat?
What's that?
Virtual flight attendant. I can't serve you nothing, but I can smile and tell you not to panic.
See, my mind went to the other thing. I'm like, wait, if they got those roller trays that take up most of the aisle, couldn't you just like put a card or some cash in, and it can kind of dispense you your food?
Yeah, just make it like a mobile snack machine that rolls down at given moments.
This is. Wait a second. Nope, that's the wrong project. I'm looking at an internet project. Hold on. Science. There's. I don't even. I think it's. I don't know. I think this. No, we'll just go back to Wikipedia. See, it's a terrible thing. See, I grew up and it's like. It's funny how things tend to come full circle. Universal truth number 10. But I grew up and one of my college professors, he was kind of the out there professor. He was a professor that the head of like the leadership of the College of Management. For some reason, he would ask me questions, be like, "What goes on in there?" I'm like, "Dr. Moser teaches us things." And it's like, well, what's actually happening? It's like he was kind of more the eccentric professor. He was being like the guy's like, "What's wrong with smoking a little pot?" And I'm like, he would just get this silly look on his face. But he was a very successful man. He did all these personality quizzes to like help find people have the right jobs. He's one of like the pioneers or something on that. But instead of rather than having to do a whole capstone project and stuff where it's like, all right, you do this, you're managing a business and stuff. He's like, teach you how to write a professional memo. And that was what he stressed. So it's literally like within a page and a I kind of forget where I was going with the stories because we're linking this to geckos and quantum stuff and things.
Yeah.
What were we talking about right before that? This is the
Liking
moment
stuff
for
on...
stuff on the internet. Thank you, Piper. But first one that kind of introduced us to is like when you got Wikipedia. It's like the set of encyclopedias that you can access from basically anywhere you have an internet connection. This was before we had all of like the mobile phones and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, that's very interesting. And then you have people like throughout college, they'd be like, don't you just cite Wikipedia? I'm like, all right, fair. So you go through the links, you actually find the actual things there. And you're saying, well, don't necessarily trust Wikipedia. And that goes back to universal truth. Number one, don't believe everything on the internet. Keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, when I'm watching like one of the Wolfram live streams, Wolfram Research, they're basically, when you ask a digital assistant like Alexa or Siri to look something up, rather than just doing a generic Google search and whoever knows what might come up, it actually goes through the Wolfram computational engine, which is essentially the closest thing to an Ask Jeeves that actually works. I'm listening to one of their live streams, and they're trying to look something up, and they go right to Wikipedia. And it's like, okay, you got a bunch of smart people that are somewhat familiar, but looking for a more specific, concrete thing. I'm like, so the people that are actually generating the whole engine for which we actually ask our digital assistants, they're using Wikipedia.
Yep.
Just some things to keep in mind. So, with that being said, we go to why is it so hard? It's because the first thing that comes up is geckos quantum. Hold on, geckos. There we go. Boom. There we are. All right. Look at you guys scaling. Oh, those look like the guys in Florida. They're very fast lizards.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, God. It's so fun. All right, here we go. Adhesion ability. All right. About 60% of geckos have adhesive toe pads that allow them to adhere to most surfaces without using liquids or surface tension. Such pads have gained and lost repeatedly over the course of a gecko's evolution. Oh, all right. So basically, all right. So yeah, it uses the Van der Waals forces. So basically, you got a gecko's foot. You go up there, and they got all these little things. It's like the super gecko fingerprints. But when you actually go down to the filaments, so we go there through. There we go. It's the lamella, the surface anatomy. In surface anatomy, a lamella are a thin plate-like structure, so kind of like a stegosaurus. Often, one amongst many lamella are very close to each other. So they're very close, very bristle-like. Aside from respiratory, that's kind of what cilia are then. The cilia on the inside of your lungs. That's very interesting. They appear in other biological roles, including filter feeding and the kind of like the baleen whales and stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say like the whale. Yeah.
Knowledge and science. This is fun. I enjoy this stuff. All right. The fish gills are so you can breathe. These are very useful structures.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, but look at that. It looks like a spine. Scanning electron microscope of the gill filament. So that's how they ninja that oxygen out. I never knew. Like I always heard that, but now things are starting to make more sense there. All right, so we got to go back to gecko, and it's the setae. All right. Here's the cool gecko foot picture. Where's the cool picture? No, not that one.
The one of geckos doing it?
No, that's the turtle one. I don't know. I usually don't. It'd be as a scaly. I probably should pay attention. Oh God, no! Of course, we're going into yes. Thanks, time to come full circle, Jen. Only explains seemingly most everything. But where's the cool thing? Where the heck did I get it from? I'm such a noob. But basically, they're the little micro thingies. Where are they? I think it's basically geckos can stick to everything but Teflon. That's the thing, because it's specifically designed as a non-stick surface, and they do that. It's hold on, Piper, entertain the people.
Sounds was coming out of my mouth, and my mouth wasn't moving. That was weird.
Thank you. Oh, there we go. All right, I found the correct thing. Just needed to, like many things, I just needed to add foot to it. Gecko feet.
Foot.
I know. Feet are so useful. They make a lot of people a lot of money. But yes, they have a number of specializations. Here we go. All right, here's the cool image. All right. So I feel like this is learning about geckos going super sing. It's like, this is my normal state, my macro structure. This is a mesostructure, or a super gecko. This is my microstructure. Call it a super gecko too. You see there? So basically you got the gecko fingerprints, the little like plate things there. And then those plates are actually made of like these it almost looks like a little toothbrush. Just massive amounts of like, that's 75 micrometers. And this is to go even further beyond a gecko. This is my Super Gecko 3. So when you actually break apart those things, so 75 micrometers, that's 5 micrometers. So basically this is like one of the very ends of this. And then you get down to the nanostructure on the very end there. And that's 1 micrometer. So it goes from those bristles, and each of those bristles, don't those look like hands?
The bristles have hands?
Yes. It's got like the hand for like Prometheus or something. It like holds out to you. And since, what is it? So basically it's about a micrometer apart. And apparently those things are so small, they managed to like get into the gaps where like the Casimir effect starts to kick, and all of a sudden it goes from like, electrons go from stay away from me, stay away. Okay, we can hug. And it's like, that's how they do it. Because when we actually go back on over here, the crazy thing is there's a lot of equations here.
You know, I forgot this. I didn't think about this when you said quantum geckos. As soon as you showed their foot, I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. I know where we're going. I used to play with geckos.
My base thing is I thought it was something sticky. See, I thought like flies and stuff. Okay, maybe flies do the same thing too. See, I always thought it was kind of more like a sticky thing. Now that I think about it, I think it's actually no, even earthworms have this, because I was doing the article and I do remember covering that a little bit. So it's earthworms, but slugs are the ones. They use the slime and the sticky stuff.
They sticky. Snails are sticky, but yeah, geckos are not sticky. One thing I think is neat / weird is their little claws are not really little claws. They're just little fleshy bits, and I don't understand them. But you know, on their feet, some of them, their feet look like they have little claws on the end, especially like in that black and white picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see those little things? They're not real claws.
What?
Yeah.
It's not a claw. Wait a second. So rather than being like a silica or kind of fingernail-based thing, you're saying the creature that looks like it should have a fingernail or silica-based thing, that's just a piece of meat?
Yeah, it's just like a piece of skin or something. I'm sure they serve a purpose or they wouldn't have them, but what's interesting is they're not claws like lizards. A lot of lizards typically they actually have little claws on the end.
Yeah, for scratching and scritches.
Yeah, and these are little wiggly pieces of flesh, so like geckos can't give good. They probably don't need them to give scritches. Their feet probably give really good scritches.
They give nano scritches.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't know. Are nano scritches better than normal scritches?
They're definitely exotic.
Hmm.
That might be like cat tongue scritches or cat tongue licks without the spit.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I am a fan of cat tongue licks. What? It's not like gecko stick. Okay. Oh, that's a good question, Jed. It's not like gecko stick. It's why the hell do I fall down? We're too big. That's my general thing, and occasionally some people will wear heels, and if you increase the angle of a heel, you're probably increasing your chances of injury and or falling down. This is one of the reasons I don't wear heels often. But okay, the chemical structure. Climbing surfaces are stronger than a simple surface. See, because normally you're like, all right, sticky, or you get like one of those hands things that you whip against the wall and goes, and then like stick there. See, that's a combination of stick, but they're also doing the surface area. So it's like, all right, so you get your chewing gum like thing. You don't just stick it to the wall. You stick it to the wall, and it's got some surface area there, and it's got a little jiggly string and stuff. So
And that's
you
kind of
look
the
at
physics that frogs have. Not toads though, but frogs.
what do frogs have?
The that sticky hand slapping on the surface.
Oh, microns. Wait a second. That's 10 to the -6. Oh, I guess that makes sense. And that's which one is the human hair? I'm gonna
Right?
collect.
The human hair, I think, is the lighter one.
Oh, yeah, you're
Because
right.
that definitely looks like a hair follicle.
A 6 micrometer carbon filament. So basically, it's pencil lead above a 50. Okay, so a human hair is approximately 50 micrometers. I think that's what they say is like kind of the largest thing we can kind of detect. I think we've put kind of keyed into that over like thousands of years. It's like, oh look, human beings, they have hairs. We can kind of identify a hair, even though it's 50 micrometers. And then you got something that's like, I don't know, like about a tenth of that. It's like it's pretty small.
Yeah.
God, I love science. Might be one of the best donations I've ever made.
Crested gecko. A lot of these pictures are showing leopard gecko, which is the kind that we had back home. Everywhere.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
See, I'm more of. We usually just the geckos that I know, and that was one of the things I liked about going down to Florida and stuff. See lizards. We don't really have many lizards up here in the Northeast. It gets really cold, so
Yeah, I haven't seen
occasionally
any
you'll see them once in a while. Occasionally, but other than that, the cold basically wipes them out. Very sad. It's very. Oh, I have a porn bot. Oh, thank you. There we go. But all right. But no, but you look at this, it's like, all right, the Van der Waals first. In order to figure out how a gecko can stick to the thing, it's like the following equation can be used to quantitatively characterize the Van der Waals forces by approximating the interaction as being between two flat surfaces. Force equals A of H over 12 pi times D raised to the 3. F is the force interaction. A to the H is the Haymaker constant. The Haymaker constant. Okay, that's basically the thingy for the force. So you got pi squared, blah 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 blah. This is 1, this is 2. D is the distance between the two surfaces. Geckosecti are much more complicated than just a flat surface. How do you? Wait a second. Biology's complicated. Oh dear.
I know, right?
This reminds me of a little thing between Mr. Kurt J. Mungle's Theories of Everything. Basically, he had on Professor Keating, the Nick Fury of the physics community, as well as what was the gentleman's name? God, I forget. Lee Cronin, Dr. Cronin there, and basically he's like talking about constructor theory. So he's like, well, it basically once you get to biological levels, it's like that's a lot of complexity. It's like, all right, you got some protons, you get some neutrons. It's like, all right, we get some sand, we get some silica, we get this, we get that. It's like, all right, that's kind of cool. Now you start getting life. Life gets complicated. You look at the gecko. The gecko has feet that can crawl up walls and stuff like that. And then you get to us. It's like, and we're the people creating these little websites and stuff like that. Noise. But I'm looking at this. I'm like, all right, you see that, and just the factors of adhesion. Many factors. Surface roughness, absorb materials such as particles or moisture, contact surface area of the geckos from the surface, the material gradient properties depending on okay, I think they're talking about like concrete blocks or climbing a tree with bark or something like that versus like a flat pole or something. I'm just looking at this. I'm like, you scroll through and you're like, equations, points of contact, triangles, circles. I'm like, we did say I was going to do this at some point. Not today. And they're modeling the spatulae potential, trying to figure out how big of a gecko, how much can a gecko carry on a particular surface. And I'm just like, wow, it's even helping me learn some more maths and stuff. It's very interesting. But you see the molecular density of material in molecules divided by meters cubed, utilizing a cylindrical coordinate because all right, not only does it get surface area, but it could actually form a little bit there. It's kind of like your toothbrush on there, or kind of like a sponge, or like basically a cloth. So basically, it's got little bristles coming out, so it's getting greater contact area. I think that's why we use things like that to wipe things up. And then more and more equations, and you're looking at this, it's like they're trying to figure this out in the vacuum and water and everything. Like, how complicated? And now, Sticky Ball, a climbing robot.
Okay,
Has you returned?
I'm back. Sorry, I had a dog-related issue.
No worries. We've gotten to the mecha geckos.
Oh no!
Yes.
No, we don't need that. No, we don't need no robot gecko.
It's the Mecha Godzilla equivalent of a gecko. Actually, kind of looks like the new Mecha Godzilla too, a little bit.
What is this? Scientists want freaking Terminator and Jurassic Park to freaking happen at the same time? Holy crap!
Dude, I think they already did that. What'd they call it? No, it wasn't PUBG. It was the thing before Ark. It was that game. Basically had the mechanical dinosaurs and stuff like that, where you would basically kind of go around. It was a survival game like Minecraft. But,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's one thing if it's a game and we're pretending. It's totally another thing when the scientists are actually making this shit. Bad scientists, bad. You get my spray bottle.
I have an admission, Piper. It was science like this that convinced me not to become a paleontologist. Because when I was a young memes, all I know is I'm like, I want to be a paleontologist. I want to dig up dinosaur bones when I become an adult. And that was my goal. And then Jurassic Park came out. I'm like, why would I go dig up dead dinosaur bones when we could actually create real dinosaurs?
And that's when you wanted to be a biologist instead.
I figured I'd be a lawyer like my dad, and then my dad talked me out of it because he got screwed over so many times. He's like, go into business and stuff. And then I realized, in order to succeed in many of these jobs, you need to minimize or suppress your ethics as much as you can. You don't always have to, but it makes things so much easier.
This is true.
And then I realized, I'd rather not do that. So now I lift things up and put them down for a living. And I'm on YouTube. Perhaps we'll be monetized someday. We'll see what happens. I'm banking on a lot of the science stuff. I really think we're going to have a couple of good conversations next week. I'm trying to line up some top tier guests. So that and well, was that?
That's weird. If I turn my head this way, my right eye closes.
Did you break your face, Piper?
Yeah, I think my face is still a little broken.
What? Now, have you gotten your updated face? Have you seen any of the pre-reveals yet?
I've seen some of my updated face, yeah.
You've seen some of your updated face. What are your thoughts?
I like it. It's more mature-ish. Just a little more mature.
Oh. So
Not like X-rated mature, but is like I look more like a grown-up.
Okay, so less chibi then.
What the hell is wrong with my freaking eyes?
I thought this was what you were going for.
Yeah, I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it alone on this one. Because it's too funny.
Well, this is what the people want, obviously. They want to see the silly-looking monster girl making the silly eye faces. At least that entertains me. Then again, I'm a weirdo.
It is definitely amusing me, too.
So what's been going on with you, Miss Piper?
Oh, shit.
You just had the most serious look on your face for a second.
For a minute, just for a second. Oh, I see what its problem is. I had a hood on because I'm cold in here. And I have my glasses on. Because I don't feel like putting the contacts in. No, pretty excited. A lot of stuff going on with my Twitch. Soon it's getting a makeover. Obviously, I'm getting a makeover. Gonna have some cute little graphics and stuff that got makeovers. And my right eye just keeps blinking. That's cool. Whatever. Just, you do you, eye. But I'm gonna keep using this avatar over here for this. Because I don't want it to just collect dust.
Well, that's the thing. Use it until you lose it. You do what you gotta do. All I'm saying is just whatever you're gonna do. It's like, all right, that's a pretty cool avatar. I got a bunch of other old avatars. Occasionally, I will still bust on an avatar that my friend Jensen's sister B made for me. It's basically a random amiibo of like me shirtless wearing a kilt and basically kind of got the whole Scottish look and everything. Hold on, I think I have it somewhere.
Nice.
Isn't it interesting when you're actually trying to like troubleshoot and it's like, oh, wait a second. This does this does this doesn't always do this. Why is this doing this? What's going on here? And occasionally you start to wonder, what the hell is going on here?
Oh, wow.
Is that a bear on my chest?
That's pretty handsome.
That is a bear on my chest. Oh, I see what she did there. Oh, wait, no, I'm wearing like a pirate shirt. It's a puffy shirt, but it's form-fitting. Oh, and I have a bow tie. I look so dainty.
You're dressed up to go to a party.
Oh my god, I feel like I should be a sparkly vampire. God, I think I'm like one step away from that. I forgot this. I never even really looked at it. I'm just like, oh, the outward look. I'm like, all right, it looks like it's got a beard. It's kind of got the same colored hair. There's a kilt. Cool. So how goes the comic book world?
It's going pretty good. Just finished writing some stuff. Which it looks like I'll be able to talk about soon and everything.
Wait a second. Cool. You actually adhere to privacy?
Yeah. I had
there you have morals and standards. God. It's one of the most I sit back, it's like I think I've spent too much time on the internet. All these different things that people always said, you should do this, make sure you do this. And you get out there and it's sort of like, okay, there are people that do that. That does happen. But it seems like a lot of people often, now I'm not a doctor, I'm not a clinical psychologist. That's Professor Jordan Peterson. But all I'm saying is, I think some people might be projecting. And those people are often very loud. It kind of reminds me of that old congressman. He was like, wasn't a big fan of folks of the same sex. just getting together. He was not a fan of that. He was very stringent against it. And then he got caught tapping in an airport bathroom a whole bunch of times. I'm like, yeah, see, it's like, yeah, people probably really wouldn't have cared that much had you not been going around saying all these people are terrible people and that you're trying to cover that you're one of the people that you're calling a terrible person. Maybe just don't call those people terrible. I don't know. Something about, I don't know, maybe trying to be inclusive of folks, maybe even trying to get to understand somebody you happen to disagree with, because we all know nobody would ever disagree on the internet.
Never.
I mean, that would be...
Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam Style.
Oops, I just turned my speakers off.
Oh, I apologize.
There we go.
I need to readjust the audio for some of these different things here and actually update at some point. Oh, God. So much
I
stuff.
should probably do that with my stuff too, but I'm not gonna.
Well, you got plenty of good stuff. So you can always just toss on, like, show a few comic books or something like that, or just direct people to Piper's Wolf Milk, or something like that, and all the standard debauchery. God, why don't I have more debauchery on here? Wow.
How do you know if any of this stuff is true? How do you know someone?
Oh, that was the wrong one. Where? Dang. Oh, no, I still want to play the point where it's just like, this is terrible. God, I think the worst thing I have here is...
I put the fires out. You made them worse. Worse? Or better?
These are questions that I can neither confirm nor deny.
That is a very good question.
See, I enjoy starting the fires, but I usually do so at least in the knowledge that I'm like, all right, if I'm going to start it, I should be able to put this out. And then occasionally I remember those one time, I don't know. If I'm on kind of something like this and I can chat with a bunch of folks, it's like, I don't care if somebody disagrees with me. I'm willing to generally talk to most people, and it's like you try to have a coherent conversation. It's like, oh, okay, I can disagree with you. I don't know. Am I right? Are you right? I don't know. If you can believe whatever you want, as long as you're not hurting anyone else, it's like, okay, that's fine. I can acknowledge that. It's like, and then all of a sudden, it's like, I'll be on stream with people. Things might be fine, and I'll leave. And it's like, all right. I remember there was one time I had somebody on that a lot of folks really didn't like, and I can understand the reason. I've been told the reasons, and I experienced the reasons. And then at one point, it's like, I have this person on, and I had accidentally sent out the show link back at Google Hangouts rather than like the actual thing. And I put it publicly out there on the internet. And as soon as the stream ended, then at least one person came on. I'm like, oh, that's very interesting. I literally spammed it on a bunch of Discords too, and Discord is a complete and utter dumpster fire.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, speaking of fires, wait a second.
Do you like turtles?
These are important questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. Hold on, I need my other disclaimer. There we go. So it's all right. Hey, we try to be family friendly here, or at least within certain scopes and bounds of the internet. Because I don't know. How did you get to YouTube, Piper? What's your deep lore? What's your tale?
How I got to YouTube?
Yes, or at least the adventures of Piper.
Well, the YouTube part was I was perfectly happy watching other people on YouTube and being like a co-host on channels without having my own. But then that became a problem. The environment kind of got toxic, and I wanted my own environment that I had control of and stuff that I could easily flush out the toxicity if I wanted to. And so I decided to incorporate my YouTube channel into all the other Adventures of Piper stuff. Oops. Okay, battery low. My watch.
I was gonna say that, and no worries, we don't gotta go much longer. It's we started late, totally my fault. We've been going for almost an hour. That sounds very familiar to kind of my story. I kind of got out there. I started speaking with some different folks very often that I would disagree with, but we'd have some bants and everything, and have some yucks, and it's like, all right, well, I and then I'm seeing things that's like, well, I'm not really a fan of that. I'm trying to help these people kind of grow. 'Cause like you said, it's like I don't mind being a co-host, being a guest, and that's the point where it's like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff I really actually disagree with. Let me actually do my own thing here and everything. So because it comes down to it's like, yeah, do you want freedom of speech? Sure, you want freedom of speech. Just because you have freedom of speech doesn't mean you have to listen to somebody else. That's the other thing too. It's like so much of the drama comes from, at least based upon my experience, it's like, a lot of people might get along, but let's say, for instance, maybe you had some friends that you got along with fine, but some of your friends don't take kindly to other friends for whatever reason, whatever history that they may or may not remember. Somebody did something so big that somebody else would never be able to forget about. If they happen to come together, they kind of vinegar and baking soda. They just go like the volcano. It's like, unfortunately, this is why at some points I label myself as a fascist pacifist. I want all like the rainbows and unicorns farting out sprinkles and stuff. I totally want to get there. Willing to do some very terrible things to get there. So it's like, all right, you're just gonna spew garbage and everything. It's like, okay, I like freedom of speech, but it's like, if you just can't stop yelling, I'm putting you in the corner. So that's what it is. If you're gonna act like a child, I'm gonna treat you like a child. That's all. You okay? You having a little tweaky?
Oh, my face. I'm just putting my watch on its charger. Hold on.
Oh. I was gonna say, if your actual avatar was doing that, that would be one of the most impressive things. I'm gonna do that without having any arms. Like, here's how I would do this if I'm not having any arms. It's like, oh god, it reminds me of one of my friends asking me. It's like, you know what you want to do if you want to have a girl show your ask her to touch her elbows together. And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, I'm like, well, how would? And then she started to do it. I'm like, I like Dunkin' Donuts shirts. Infused in my brain. Can't get rid of that meme. We see. We got a Darius and LDG. They're jumping on in. It's all right.
Ooh.
It's always temporal. You never know what you're gonna get.
And
They're raiding. See, I'm old enough to remember. See, I don't use the word raid. If I want to like to somebody, I'm like, hey, if you want to go check them out, by all means, do it. I don't like telling other people what to do. Kind of like that whole, God, I still need to put together the clip of just 100 different channels.
Working again.
Your face or your headphones?
My feelings are broken.
Your what? Your feelings on, when you say your feelings, are you talking about your avatar sensors or your actual Piper feelings?
No, they're not working again. My hotkeyed some of my emotions. The big ones still probably work because I just did mad earlier, but my little expressions are broken again. So that's cool.
Is it a bad thing that I wasn't sure if you were talking about your avatar or Piper the person?
That makes it funnier.
Well, this is the confusing thing. I was telling the audience, it's like, wait a second, what if she's on her other account? Like, okay, I'll just message them both there, seeing as I'm extraordinarily late anyway, and she's got other things to do. So let's just do that as soon as I message the Fizz. I'm like, oh look, a Piper appears. Oh, very fascinating.
Yeah, those work, but my little expressions are broken for some reason, so that's cool. This is the second time they've done that.
Did Windows 10 update?
No, but it's trying to. It keeps telling me, it's time for Windows 11. Windows 11 download's ready. And I'm like, no, please. No, thank you. Please, go away.
I think I stopped after XP. It's something about the last blue screen of death while I was playing like Skyrim or something. It's like, yeah, I'm done this right now. Spend the extra money because I'm a noob. I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. We're talking about breaking the multiverse. Oh, Darius, you may want to tune in. I'm just saying that perhaps next Tuesday and Wednesday may be some good days to tune in. I'm not saying I'm gonna have some people that might be on the cusp of helping to explain everything, but they might be. Well, that's Macs are also based on Linux and stuff like that, and that's the thing.
To be less dumb to use Linux.
See, the crazy thing is, we have a what? Who are you?
No.
What have you done with Bat Woman?
Hey man, have either of you seen Boba Fett?
No.
He's missing. He wasn't in his last episode. He's missing.
Oh, I thought like the Mandalorian was back. Didn't they have like Pedro Pascal or something?
But it's the book of Boba Fett.
Right.
And there was no Boba Fett. Did he get kidnapped? Have you seen him?
Oh, did he get away on one of those like fancy scooters?
What?
Yeah, the one
scooters.
with the fancy scooter.
Huh?
No,
the one with the mobility scooters with all of the mirrors on them. Yes.
Drugs?
Go on.
What? I need your help though. I really need your help. Memes, I hear you're a great guy. I need you to help me distribute these milk cartons because I gotta find them. He's missing.
What? Have you seen me? Oh no! Wait a second.
Blue milk.
Hold on. Wait a second.
He's missing, Memes.
Does milk still come in cartons?
Yep.
Oh, I think so. I get mine out of a bag.
Dude, I missed the little milk cartons. Well, the problem was if you messed up opening it up, you had to do the backside, which didn't work as well. And then you had to tear it open more, and the backside got all mangled and everything, and nobody would ever take that out of context.
Right.
What's nice about milk cartons now is that they put a freaking screw top on them, even though they're milk cartons.
Well, yeah, you plug it in.
How do you get those words to scroll across? That's cool.
Dude, I wonder if we can use like gecko technology to get like milk cartons to like stay better.
You know, turtles all the way down.
Is that lady's eye twitching?
Yes.
Are you okay?
Never.
Robin used to have that problem. Then I punched him in the other eye.
I fixed it?
That sounds like child abuse.
It's not. He's a teenager.
Did it fix it? You don't count.
I think it's considered child abuse if it's 13 or under.
It's only child abuse if you make a phone call.
You're a terrible person.
No, I'm not. I'm in the Bat Cave. They don't see stuff.
Who's going to report somebody in the Bat family?
Alfred tried, but I broke his fingers.
Oh, and you only have those rotary phones, so he's screwed.
Yeah, with one big red button.
Was it the history eraser button? The big red jelly candy-like button?
No, it just caused the commissioner.
I thought that was the bat signal.
That's the light in the sky. Who is
That's
this
what
guy?
The commissioner uses to call Batman because it's not like a two-way phone.
Wait a second. That's not it. No, that's not it at all. Wait a second. Isn't it? I don't know. It's the history eraser button, you fools. Don't touch it. I think that's just the target one. Shh, leave me alone. Let me Let me have my.
See, that's
okay,
what's
fine.
that's what makes it even scarier. Is it looks just like the easy button, so you might accidentally erase history instead.
Wait, only go as far back as 2020 and get a restart.
Oh,
Can we do 2019?
No, 2019 was fantastic. I finally got laid.
Oh.
And it wasn't by my hand.
Oh.
damn.
Was it your
It was
other
the
hand?
other hand. Yes.
I knew it. There we
I
go.
sat on it. I had to sit on it. It
Oh,
numb
yeah,
like a
that doesn't
stranger.
really work for me. It just, I couldn't.
I put a dress around my wrist and everything.
It feels weird. Although I just bought some bandanas. That's okay.
Is that a reverse cowgirl?
I mean, I like Monster Girls. Wait, what are we talking about?
Godzilla in a thong?
Ooh. Rule 34, my friend. Rule 34. I do think I saw a sexy lady
Eminem.
Godzilla. I'm gonna need to end the stream and probably go check DeviantArt now.
Technically, those pull pill licorice are strippers because you're pulling them away from themselves one piece at a time. And if you do it slowly enough to the right beat.
No. I don't know how old Clifford is. All I know is don't harm children.
Oh,
even
Clifford's legal
children.
in dog years.
You're probably right. But then again, I don't know. So I'm not going to condone that. Bad bat.
There is a sexy kaiju Godzilla VTuber chick.
What?
Fat woman.
Wait, Piper, what? Is this on Twitch?
Yes.
Does she do ASMR with her tail?
I don't know. I just learned my
me.
feed
Sorry, snack back.
yesterday, but she's very pretty.
I saw one. She wears fox ears and she knows how to do the purring without even opening her mouth. I fell asleep. It was great.
I like purring.
But if she doesn't open her mouth when she purrs, how are you supposed to put the penis in it?
I don't know. She was putting it near the mic and we could hear it. It was relaxing.
I think she has a cloaca.
I don't speak Spanish.
I am not a gynecologist. I used to know the youngest
what the
one.
Hell?
Sorry, they say that. The show is over. We've hit too much debauchery, and I actually go grab a run.
But I just got here.
Oh, you're welcome. But
your words are scrolling by.
So yes, we are not made for children.
Oh, here they come again.
That's actually Come, chameleon.
Oh, they're coming again.
You come and go. All right, I should not sing. Piper can sing.
I have a chicken sandwich.
Come, chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Loving should be easy because your colors are like my dreams.
I farted.
Red, gold, and green. I'm looking for the kaiju like right now.
Did anyone else just hear an echo? Like she was actually like in like, I don't know, like one of those scenes like going through a canyon and stuff like that, as like you're in like an actual like tropical place. Just me.
Tropical place.
I don't know. I'm just sharing. Okay, I'm combining when you were flying through the air the other day.
Oh yeah.
Capri Suns do that.
Dude, I love Pacific Cooler. It's totally the best.
Yeah, you have to stick a straw in a bag and suck from the bag.
Yeah, well, it's a bit. You're right. It is a bag. I was confusing it with Juicy Juice.
Sack juice.
No, it's a carton juice. It's box juice.
No, it was a metal bag.
Wait a second. Why doesn't wine come in those things?
Why does
right?
No. Because you'd be able to keep
hand-sized
track of
wine
like how
coolers?
much you were drinking. It's like, all right, what is a thing of wine? Well, wine glasses. Wine glasses vary in size. It could. I think a serving of wine is what, it's like 4 to 6 ounces. It's like, you
Mr.
have an
Reeves?
8-ounce glass. You get a 12-ounce glass. You got the holy crap glass. It's like, I don't know. That fit like a whole bottle in it. I feel like
Mr. Reeves,
yes.
you're forgetting an important thing.
Go on.
You could freeze them in those metal bags and just make wine cooler slushies or freezies.
I think I tried that. You just suck. You suck a lot of the flavor out, and then I've done that with the flavored ice. Because if you just like get it out and you just suck the hell out of it, you basically just suck the flavoring, and then you got like the ice. It's not as good.
Why are you putting so emphasis on suck?
And then he gives you $5 and you can go get a taco.
I thought that was Vegas.
I never got $5.
What?
You got money for sucking ice?
Oh, ice. Is that what you said? Ice? Oh.
What
So on
is
that
going
note,
on here? I don't have any idea. What's wrong with these people? It's so hard to turn my neck in costume. I'm losing my mind
so
here.
see, I would link to a Fat Steven Seagal channel if he were here, but we've got this kind of like weirdo kind of. I apologize. I'm unsure your pronouns, Bat Woman. Wait a sec. It's Karma Chameleon. Things make much more sense now.
You didn't know that?
I've been saying a lot of the wrong words for a long time.
What did you think it was?
I
We.
Would you please stop singing?
Proximity warning. Planet ahead.
Dude.
So Adventures with Piper. Let the folks know what's going on with you in the coming days. Oh no.
Eternal suffering.
Aside from the obvious.
Well, after this, I gotta go to Twitch and play some Destiny, and then tomorrow I'm taking a break, but I'm gonna be on some other streams.
You play Destiny? That angry short man, Snow White. He used to be the ghost voice in Destiny 1. Dinkleberg, Dinkle Wang, Dinkle Weiner. What's that man? Dinklage? Is that his name? Dinklage?
Oh, Peter.
Something like that. That guy. I did not know that.
Yeah. If you actually watch the original opening when you first get revived, it's Peter Dinklage.
Shit.
He has so much rage for such a short stature.
Right.
Well, it's all right. They're dwarven businesses.
It explodes more often because there's less place to store it.
Well, he still shops at Gap Kids. I saw him yesterday.
Now, hold on. Does that also apply to other things with, oh, God, we're being bigoted towards smaller people?
No, we're not. They just can't see over the counter where our jokes are.
No, it's like badgers. Badgers are pretty small, but they fucking can't contain all their fucking evil either.
It's not everyone's fault we look down on them.
I have never heard of another creature that would go out, seek out a lion, smack him in the face, get bitten by the lion, and then go for the lion's junk. I'm just saying, one does not simply mess with a honey badger.
You've
offended everybody. I apologize, and peace out, everybody. Be safe, and no matter what happens, come on and get your log. Everyone needs a log. Come on and get your log. Everyone needs a log. Log from Blammo. Peace out.
Have you guys checked out the Memes of Destruction's channel? He's an interesting dude. I like him.